Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Augusta Jaguars Volleyball. It's Friday night. We're here on the Augusta University Athletics YouTube channel. Tonight we got a matchup with the Augusta Jaguars versus the UNC Pembroke Braves. The Jaguars are 17-6 overall with a 2-2 conference record. Their wins are against Georgia College and Flagler, and the losses are to rivalries Aiken and Lander. Pembroke is 11-14 overall with an 0-4 conference record. The Jaguars coach is Sharon Quarles in her 11th year from Florida, and assistant coach Kadijah Dickens in her 6th year. Pembroke is coached by Ellen McGill and assistant coach Jaleesa Harper. I'm Peter Heyman, and my partner here is Blake Collins. Blake, Jaguars played at home Tuesday night, and they beat Georgia College 3-0. And even though on the scoreboard it might look like a sweep,
right,
the first match, or the first game, was very close. In fact, the Jags were actually down at 24-22, I believe, and they had to go to kind of extra time to win it. So tell me about Tuesday night.
That first set was like two heavyweights going toe-to-toe with a 29-27 victory. Both teams from the outset had very good defense. They had several good runs, Augusta, in that particular set as well, and just phenomenal up-court presence by Queen stifled a lot of Augusta's offense up until that point. Now, Augusta on the defensive side, they also implement a really good blocking scheme up close together, which kind of referred to as a stone wall sometimes. But it was tough to get in between there, so Queens had to find a way to battle back. And then you saw Georgia College on Tuesday. They kind of implemented a little bit of the same thing in the first set. They threw Augusta off their game, had them scrambling at times in the first set, and that is where you look and you're like, okay, Georgia College may actually pull this out, but then Augusta, you never can count out Augusta with their implementation, their focus, their driven. And we even heard it in the post-game interview where Chloe Allen said one of the main things that Coach Quarles drives in us is stay focused all the time. Even if you're down, you're not out. Stay focused, stay driven, stick to the game plan, and drive emphatically, and that is what allowed Augusta to come roaring back and take that first set. They had Georgia College off their balance in the latter part of that first set, and then ultimately from there, once Augusta smelled blood in the water, sets 2 and 3, they never lost control of and never gave an inch.
Yep, Blake, you're right. During that first game, we had a couple of the seniors and juniors stepped up. Chloe Allen came huge.
Right.
Got the kills. They blocked. They were hitting well.
Right.
And like you said, once they won that first game, that momentum really carried over. And the second and third game really wasn't much. The second, third sets,
absolutely,
it was all Jaguars.
Absolutely. Not only leadership from the head coach, but in times like that, too, when you're in a rigorous lock and jaw with the other team, scrapping for every point that you get, the player leadership comes up huge from the juniors and seniors, and the leadership there helped sprung out Augusta to that lead, which they never, after that first set, relinquished at all.
Yeah, in fact, the Jags, I've seen this a couple times this season. They get in these real close sets. Most of the time they pull them out. There's been a few times they've lost that set, and they really shouldn't have. On paper, they should have won the match 3-0, but they didn't. But, again, the leadership from the coach down to the players,
absolutely,
they forget about that, move on to the next set, get back to what they do best, blocking, killing, passing.
Absolutely. And the thing is, too, when you look at it, Augusta, from a depth perspective, is built on endurance. The longer the points go, the longer the set goes, it favors Augusta. So for teams like the Braves, who are 0-4 in conference, with Augusta trying to venture off of the 500 tonight at 2-2 in conference play, the Braves, look to strike quickly here, not allow points to go over a certain length in the actual point, and they have a better shot, because once Augusta gets their feet on them, their bearings about them, and stay focused and driven, they are hard pressed to stop, and then at that point, Augusta does not let off the gas one bit.
Yeah, Blake, I agree with all that. And one thing the Jags got to do and this isn't easy for any sports.
Yeah.
Is point one, you got to be ready to go right away.
Absolutely.
If you're not quite ready and you get down a couple points, then you got to use a timeout, and then you're playing. You're not going with your game plan you started with. So they really got to get it going at the beginning.
The strategic element to any sport, especially volleyball, is crucial because we talked a little bit before about eye movement, how footwork works, and it's crucial to a setup, to digs, to sets, to kills, and how you can draw defenders off of their spot that they're guarding and draw them out of position and strike when they're confused and when they're out of position. So eye work, footwork, and not only that, communication with sets and digs that you alluded to, Peter, are very crucial in tonight's game. Not only for Augusta as a good warm-up for tomorrow's game against Flagler, but for Pembroke if they want to garner a victory here at Christian Berry Fieldhouse against the Jags.
That's right, Blake. In fact, I was talking to Coach Q here before the game, and I've noticed a different lineup last match on Tuesday than kind of the rest of the season. And she made a good point. Sometimes you want to look at your opponent and see what matchups you got. So we'll see what kind of lineup she goes with the starting lineup tonight. But she does do a good job of mixing up the players, and a lot of them are freshmen coming in.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Julianne Saliba, she comes in all the time, serving from the back there. So Augusta does have a good mix of freshmen all the way to seniors, so it's good to have some leadership and get the young ones learning too. So next year, when the seniors have to leave, you still got that experience, just keep flowing on through.
And that experience is invaluable because not only do you learn and grow, but a lot of the girls are like family too in a sense. And they'll after the season, they'll hang with each other, they'll learn and grow there. But when it's on the court as well, the growth that the freshmen and sophomores have because of that senior and junior leadership is impeccable. That is one of the ingredients to what led the Jags to the championship last season, was that leadership and was the camaraderie and was the unit that was the Jags that was absolutely impenetrable in times, and especially during the playoffs.
Yeah, speaking of that leadership, Blake, Tuesday night it was Jessica Hedrick, a senior, and Coley Allen, the junior, who, when they needed points, they basically fed them the ball and let them get the points.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, but you mentioned Jessica Hedrick and a couple of the others. They're anchored in defensively by a solid front with Holland Martin, Kylie Martin, and sometimes Ramos, and then you also can get Chloe Allen in the back as well to shore that up. But all the way around, scheme-wise and strategy-wise, the Jags, in terms of an offense and a defensive standpoint, are lethal.
Yeah, Blake, you're right about that. In fact, one thing I've noticed playing a lot of sports, we talked about there's a lot of freshmen, juniors, seniors, all over. The one thing, though, I've noticed, if you didn't know what grade they were in, they're just out there playing as one cohesive unit. I just see one team. They don't get down. I don't see, I see communication. I see them picking each other up. And that's what you need to do on any team, any level. You got to work as one unit. So Coach Q's got that going, and I think she's even got, a lot of times you want to let your leaders on the court, your captains, do that, and they're doing a great job here with the Jags.
Absolutely, driving a very young squad to a promising, as we talked about, 2-2 in the conference, and then 17-6 overall. That is huge. Now they're trying to get off of 500 predicament right now in conference. This is definitely a game for them to do it, heading into Flagler tomorrow, but do not sell Pembroke short or take them lightly tonight. Focus on this game. Focus on your game plan. Worry about Saturday when tomorrow arrives.
All right, Blake. Yep, we're about a couple minutes here from the national anthem, so we're going to take a break here from the Christenberry, but we'll be right back shortly. Welcome back, everybody, to Christenberry Fieldhouse. I'm Peter Heyman, joined by Blake Collins. We're here with the Augusta Jaguars versus the Pembroke Braves volleyball. Augusta Jags are 2-2, Pembroke 0-4. The starters for Pembroke tonight are number 3, Casey O'Quinn from Charleston, South Carolina. Number 5, Brianna Warren from Indian Trail, North Carolina. Anna Hines, number 6, from Salemburg, North Carolina. Number 8, Raven Oates from Huntsville, Texas. Number 16, Kayla Crowder from Moseley, Virginia. And number 20, Ellie Hicks from Trinity, North Carolina. Starting for your Jags, number 5, Jessica Hedrick from St. Louis, Missouri. Number 6, Chloe Allen from Richmond Hill, Georgia. Number 9, Cassie Till from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Number 13, Kylie Martin from Gypsum, Colorado. Number 15, Nicolette Ramos from Jacksonville, Florida. And number 17, Madison Malik from Charleston, South Carolina. And your libero for the Jags is number 14, Holland Martin. Again, Jags 2-2 conference play. Pembroke 0-4. And it looks like Pembroke will be serving to start the first set. And serving number 3, Casey O'Quinn, a junior. And we're off. First shot is to the libero. And we got a double hit on the set. So unforced error here to start for the Jags. First point goes to the Braves, 1-0.
That was a good setup there onto the near side here. Great setup. Just the Pembroke Braves had an unforced error that cost them there.
Chloe Allen with the pass. Good set to Madison Malik. Good hit, but it was dug out by the Braves. Number 16 for the Braves. Chloe Allen again on the pass. Oh, the quick push over and nobody's there. And very smart play by Cassie Till. That's one of her patent shots, Blake. She likes to do that every once in a while.
Yes, she does, and that was fermented by very good scouting before the ball even left Pembroke. She noticed that open area in the Pembroke defense and didn't try to do too much with it, just shot it over there, and the point goes to the Jags.
Yep. All right, so we're at 1-1. Kylie Martin served. There's a big back row hit from Chloe Allen, and the point's down for the Jags. Jags up 2-1. So still serving for the Jags is Kylie Martin. Kylie, a junior, at 6 foot. A float and serve to the libero. Passes it up to number 3 for the hit. Number 20, and it's good. That's Ellie Hicks with the kill.
Yeah, Ellie there pinpointing a spot, designating it, and putting it right in that spot to where the Jags had to make a decision whether to play that or read it, and hopefully it went out. Very good job by the Braves by forcing that, and the Jags guessed wrong and could not recuperate.
There's Madison on the right side hitting this time. Is dug out, though, by the Braves. Libero with the easy pat. We got a free ball here for the Jags. Let's see how they do it here. Madison now on the left side. Big hit, but it's dug out. The Braves close to the net. Nice block, and it off the post. Point goes to the Braves. Braves take a 3-2 lead.
It's interesting here, Peter, because the Braves have a very short front court versus a front court for the Jags that have been experienced and tall with Malik in there. So it's interesting to see how that dynamic plays out.
Yep. Blake, there was a big hit from the backboard by Chloe Allen, and although it was returned, it was hit, but it didn't go over the net. So a point. Point to the Jags, ties it up at 3-3. Subbing in comes Julianne Saliba. That's a nice float serve from Julianne. A quick set in the middle, and it's down for a point for the Braves. Kind of got the Jags a little out of place there with that set to the middle, quick like that.
Absolutely. Hicks seizing her opportunity. Didn't kill it as much as she wanted to. Implemented a little bit of strategy there. Took a little bit off that kill. Caught the Jags off balance there and did it right in the spot where they could not challenge the dig.
Yep. So Nicolette Ramos with the tip over, but it's Braves. Okay, we got another free play for the Jags. Quick middle set. Oh, dug out by the libero. Number 3, the pass. Another quick hit in the middle. Oh, Holland Martin hit it, but not quite over. So another point for the Braves, 5-3.
It's not very often that you catch Holland out of position there. She thought it was going to go lower, and she could dig it out lower than it actually was, and it caught her off guard, and she could not recuperate and move her arms up fast enough. Yep,
there it is to Holland again. Passes to the middle, a deep back pass. So, Nicolette Ramos with a bad, and it's put down by the Braves. Ramos with the pass, but it was a little far and went over the net for an easy point for the Braves. They're up 6-3. Kind of like Tuesday night here again. The Jags are going down early in the set, so here we go again. They get to see how they respond here. We got to stop this momentum right here. There's the out hit. There it is. That's that good out. The quick set to Jessica Hedrick, and she's been on fire the last 2 games. Point for the Jags. Back in the game, Chloe Allen.
that was just high enough to where Pembroke could not dig it out and set it up in a transfer. They got the hands on it, but just could not.
So a good serve there by Holland Martin, the libero, and the Braves pass it out of bounds. So that's what you need, easy points right there. So Jags cut the lead 5-6. Holland with a nice jump serve there. Trouble with the pass, so it's kind of an outside hit. Set in the middle. Backwards to Ramos. It's blocked, but it's down for another point for the Jags. Ties it up at 6-6.
You never can tell where the camera's going to go off a block or a deflection. The Braves were hoping it would go into Jags territory, but it ventured back, and it caught the defensive setter out of position, and they could not react in time. Thus, the Jags have come back and deadlocked this at 6.
Yep, that's right, Blake. That's why the Jags are great with their big hits. Ramos, Allen. This time the Braves, they'll get a hit, and off the deflection goes out of bounds, so a point back to the Braves, who take a 7-6 lead.
Yeah, defensively and offensively, the Jags are solid and stacked. What the Braves are going to have to do is catch them out of position and off guard to hopefully get on a run here and maintain that run, keeping the Jags off balance this whole set.
So the Braves serving was left-hander, Cassandra Sturgis. Oh, libero with the pass, and we got another free ball for the Jags. Passes up to Cassie Till in the set. There's Chloe Allen with the kill, down for another point for the Jags, so we're tied up at 7-7. Cassie's doing a great job with those quick sets.
Yeah, she's absolutely setting it up beautifully, as you saw there for Chloe, adding a little bit extra heat to that kill.
Yep.
Stitched in there before the defensive setter had a chance to respond.
So Cassie back to serve. So it's a free ball. Libero, Holland Martin, libero. Now libero, Blake, they cannot jump and attack the ball. They have to keep their feet on the ground when they hit it over. Holland did so, however, she didn't quite hit it far enough to get over the net. So free point back to the Braves with an 8-7 lead.
Now for the Braves, you want to capitalize on this. You were gifted a point here. Do not let off the throttle.
So Cassie Till with it. Ooh, that one looks like 4 hits into the net by number 13, Kylie Martin. Pass was a little back for her, but at any rate, you still got to get over the net and make them make a play to get the point.
Right, and so, that was good up front by Pembroke, setting the block and holding to it. So
the Braves serve a deep one. Good eyes there by Saliba over her head, and it floated out. So Augusta gets an unforced error there on the serve, cutting the lead, cutting the deficit back 8-9.
And you notice here too, Peter, that the Braves have brought in taller middle blocker and outside hitters to shore up the front court. So on plays like that, like you saw the last play, they have more of a chance to fire back, and that's what they're going to capture their night.
Yep. Speaking of that tall, that was Brianna Warren, 6'1" sophomore, put it down for a kill to take a 10-8 lead back to the Braves serving. Good pass by Ramos to Cassie. Big hit by number 13, Kylie Martin. She put that one down. Kylie the junior, kind of one of the leaders on the team.
You don't have long to respond, and a split-second indecision like that can cost you dramatically once this Jags offense gets going.
So nice double block by the Jags. Okay, we got another free play. Chloe with the pass. Nice pass to Cassie. The quick hit again. This time the Braves were able to deflect it. And they get the quick hit. Nice dig. Nice up by Chloe. So Kylie Martin had a hit, but into the net, unfortunately. And the libero, Holland Martin, back in the game for the Jags. The Braves are up 10-9. Serving again for them is Casey O'Quinn. A low floater, nice dig by Chloe. And the libero on the third hit, Holland gets it, nice. That's great by the libero, always hit it way back and deep, make it harder for the defense to block. Kind of a bad pass there. Madison tried to kind of do a reverse hook shot there, but into the net. So a lot of unforced error here. Is like not the greatest passing here so far to start, Blake.
It's uncharacteristic, and
it is, yep.
Not only that, but the footwork has been off for the Jags too this set, which is causing a lot of that and causing a lot of the off-balance sets and plays that you're seeing from the Jags, and they cannot respond with the pristine digs and the setups that we're used to seeing for the Jags on the offensive strike. That's one of the things that if the Braves notice that, they can continue to counter-strike with that and get off here to a sizable lead.
Yep. So there's a serve back to Chloe libero. Okay, we're going to have a free play here for the Braves. It's a good pass. Outside hit. Ooh, and that one was out. No touch. Point goes back to the Jags. Just before that serve, Blake, I saw Chloe Allen went over to Jessica Hedrick and talked to her a little bit. So that's the kind of leadership on the court you got to make the adjustment in play. Unfortunately, there's a deep serve, so another unforced error on the serve for the Jays, giving the point right back to the Braves, taking the lead 13-10.
If the Jags can create the plays on the front court, they have an advantage with that taller front court advantage with Hedrick out there and Malik as well.
Oh, going to be a free play here for the Jags. Okay. Set it to Cassie. Chloe Allen with the back row spike. Nice corner spike for the Braves. Madison, big swing. Okay, and that's beautiful. Libero got to it, but it went way out of bounds, so the Jags get a point back. And back into the game is number 21, Saliba, for the Jags, and she'll be serving.
Yeah, it looked like Hines here shifted to the left, thinking that the kill was going to get to the left, and it went to the right. Great eye work there by the Jags to set that up and then deposit that to the right where they could garner the point.
Another big hit by number 20 by the Braves, but it's blocked by the Jags. Braves get it over. Another hit. Nobody was in the corner, but just outside. Point goes back to the Braves. Jessica Hedrick saw that corner wide open and just missed it, Blake.
That's one of those where if you're the defense, it is an extremely tough read because you know it's on the line. Should you play it? Should you not? The Braves elected to let it go, and it worked out in their favor. But those are always tough reads. And if you can pinpoint the inbounds right inside the line there, it works to your advantage all the time. But the Jags could not pinpoint it where they wanted to, and thus the Braves with a 3-point lead.
That's right, Blake. With that point, Coach Q decides to call a timeout. So we'll be right back here at Chris and Berry Fieldhouse. Welcome back to Chris and Berry Fieldhouse. Again, the Braves 14-11 lead. Coach Q for the Jags just took a timeout, and I think we're looking for the ball. And there we go. So Braves will be serving number 6, Anna Hines, senior, out of Salemburg, North Carolina. Little jump serve here. Saliba with the pass up to Cassie Till. And a little dink hit. Oh, but it's picked up by the Braves. A quick hit. Nice dig by the libero Han Martin. But Jessica couldn't get the second hit in. So the Braves, another point, 15-11.
And that's what the Braves want to continue to do. Throw the Jags defense out of Kolak and out of balance so that way they can capitalize on points like they did there. Catching Holland off her A game there.
Another block by the Braves, so it's 16-11. Jags are kind of looking out of sorts here. Now, they've been in this position a lot this season with the close score in the first set, and usually they come out on top, but they need to stop the bleeding here and get a point.
Well, one thing is establish a defensive dominance. They're out of sync with footwork, out of sync with a lot of different things right now. Establish a defensive presence, then good, clean transitions, then the offense will come off of those transitions to capitalize on strikes.
So we had a penalty there on the Braves, so they get a point over the Jags who needed that big time. 16-12, Holland Martin, the libero serving. Kind of a pass to the outside. You're going to have another free ball for the Jags here, so they need to get a good pass, set, and spike. Cassie out to Chloe with the dinker. The libero picks it up. The outside hit for number 20. She's a big hitter, and it goes out.
So, yeah, that was a huge kill there by Hicks coming on the outside, in the outside lane, killing that right where the Jags could not do anything with it.
So the Braves up 17-12. The outside hit to Ramos. Big hit Ramos. They need her to hit big. Deflected off the Braves out of bounds. A point back to the Jags. 17-13. Braves are in the lead, but the Jags are starting to come back here. Number 9 serving.
And Ramos hit it off the block to where there was not much time to respond to even try to dig that ball out.
That's right, Blake. So another free ball here by the, and she hits it out. So 2 points here for the Jags in a row. That might be the first time tonight they've gotten 2 points in a row, and they need this. They need to get a third, actually. So they cut the lead to 3, 14-17. Cassie Till still back there serving. Cassie line driver to the outside. Decent pass to the middle by the Braves. Deflected. The libero, or Saliba with the hit. Ramos with the dink. Nice. Oh, pancake, but they didn't. Great pancake by the Braves, but her teammates, they kind of looked at her. I don't think they thought that she actually got it, but she did. The whistle didn't blow. One thing in any sport, play till you hear the whistle, Blake.
Absolutely, and I think the Braves, they were looking for a kill, and Ramos just decided to float it over, and it caught the Braves out of position.
Nice pass by Saliba, diving to make that. Ramos with a big hit, but the libero for the Braves, great dig, pass. It's going to be another free play for the Jags. Pass to Till in the middle. Ramos again. This time she goes soft, and nobody's there. She dumps it right over both blockers. The lead is now down to 1, Blake.
Communication and indecision will kill a defense, and that's what happened there with the libero not quick on her feet and not being able to respond to a soft float over, and a little bit of indecision there, whether to go back or forward, absolutely cost the Braves the Jags 16th point. As we go into a timeout, this is a crucial time for the Braves to hunker down on defense, and even more crucial time for the Jags to capitalize and tie this thing up.
Absolutely right, Blake. And with that point, I guess we got 45 seconds. We'll just hang here. So it's 17-16. The Jags are roaring back, and they need to do it now, because you start getting in the 20s and you're down by 6, then the pressure really gets put on you.
Absolutely. And especially last season, but this season we've seen it too, where the Jags rise up in tremendous pressure. Now we're not in a really good pressure cooker scene yet, but we're to a point to where 2 or 3 more points for the Braves may get that, and it may press the Jags, and it may cause mental mistakes for the Jags. You don't want that if you're the Jags, but you want to be able to have an even playing field to where there's no pressure felt.
Yep, so Cassie Till serve on over to the Braves, and hit by number 7, libero, Holland Martin. Good pass. Oh, quick pass. The quick pass set. This time the Braves are there for it. Okay, libero again. Cassie Till to the outside to Ramos. Big corner shot, but dug out by the Braves libero. Number 8 with a hit. Cassie Till, the setter's out. So outside. Kylie Martin. That's a couple times she's hit it into the net. She doesn't look like she's too common right now. She needs to just keep swinging, though. That's the one thing they tell you about. Right. Keep swinging.
Well, on the set, she didn't hit it high enough, and then when she did kill it, she didn't get it high enough to get it over the net, and that was something that could have prevailed outside of that set. That's one of the things that the Jags need to work on.
Beautiful hard hit by Ramos and a block by the Braves, and libero Holland Martin with a one-hand lefter got it back up, and the Jags get the point. That was a huge save by Holland Martin. Blake, in volleyball like that, you got to have quick reflexes. I mean, not everybody's born with that. It's got to be instantaneous, and Holland Martin, that's probably why she's libero.
Peter, you better believe you do, and the quick reflexes like that, and Holland's established that over 2 or 3 years in playing in Augusta volleyball. She is absolutely electric.
And there it was, number 13, Kylie Martin. They went right back to her. This time she gets the hit over the net, off the block. Another point, and the Jags have tied it up 18-18. Game on. Here we go.
Back to square one.
Yep, Ramos serving. This time she didn't do her jump serve. She didn't do much of that Tuesday either. But all right, we got another free play here for the back hit by Ramos. The Braves, nice block, but that one hit the line. Huge block by the Jags, and that hit the line for the point. They take the lead 19-18. Both Braves players stood there, looked at it, and the point went down for the Jags. And with that, the Braves have to take their second timeout, and they are out of timeouts for this set. So 19-18 lead by the Jags, and we'll be right back at the Christenberry Fieldhouse. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Christenberry Fieldhouse. We got a real barn burner here in the first set. The Jags were down a lot, and they have come back to take the lead 19-18. Braves are out of timeouts. Ramos serving for the Jags, the floater. Quick set in the middle by the Braves. Nice hit by Till to the libero. Ramos with the back hit, a big swing, and that's down. Ramos is getting on fire, 20-18 Jags, just when they needed this run. They got it, Blake.
That was owning your kill and not letting a darn thing stop you in the process. She knew where she was going with it and then just absolutely killed it and deposited right where her eyes took her. And man, oh man, what a shot.
Nice touch by Maddox. That was at the net, but she was able to use her fist and get that over. Still got it going. Oh, it's over and put it down. Chloe Allen. The hit by Martin. The Braves got it, but it was a bad pass over the net. And Chloe put it down for another Jags point. They're up 21-18.
Well, we mentioned how close and how tight of a unit this is on the court. And it seems like even if the Braves get it past the front court.
Yeah, Blake, you're right about that. This time, somebody might have been out of position. Or Braves floater back left corner. Nobody was there.
Right.
So they got a much-needed point to stop the momentum by the Jags. So it's 21-19 Jags. The Braves are serving. Back to Chloe. Ooh, a bad pass. The libero dug it out. So we got a Cassie Till, great, putting it way to the back line. Big hit. Number 7, April Tankersley with a big hit for the Braves, and that's 2 points in a row. They cut the lead 21-20.
That's one of those plays where you kill it as hard as you can, and even off a block, you hope it deflects to where you can garner the point, and that's what happened when it deflected out of bounds for the Braves.
So the Jags went back to Kylie Martin for the hit. Oh, and a pass, and both Braves players looked at it, thought the other girl was going to get it. It fell, so the Jags get another free point, if you will, to take a lead 22-20, sending Chloe Allen back there to serve. Chloe with the jump serve, line drive, but that was way out. The Braves girl looked at it right away and knew it was going. So another unforced error on the serve for the Jags, so the score is back to a 1-point lead for the Jags, 22-21. Number 3 serving for the Braves, Casey O'Quinn, the junior, out of Charleston. Little jump serve, nice line drive. Good pass by Chloe to Cassie Till. Outside of Malik with a big hit, but the libero by the Braves picks it up. Outside hit, and back and forth hits. It's still live ball here. 16 with a big swing. Oh, Holland Martin, great dig. Cassie Till with the pass. Malik, okay, the Braves got it back. A quick hit in the middle, and blocked by the Jags. Back to the Braves, outside hit by number 20. Digging by Chloe Allen, but a little too far in her pass. Number 1, Ashley Caesar with an easy put down for the Braves, and we are tied at 22. That was a great point, Blake. I don't know how many points back and forth that was, but that was a lot.
Blake, incredible defense on both sides of the ball there. Chloe Allen dove for the dig out the first time, then Caesar capitalized on that and put it right back where Chloe couldn't get back up in the process to counter strike. Great decision there by Caesar, and now, Peter, don't look now. We've got a heck of a ball game at 23-22.
We sure do, and Ellie Hicks just hit it too far, so the Jags get a point back. So they're up 23-22. Braves with a quick set in the middle, but the Jags are right there to block, and a point for the Jags, 24-22. Set point for the Jags. Serving will be Kylie Martin to get this first set, which at some point it almost looked like they weren't going to have a chance for this one.
Right, and that was the case right there. The Braves crashing in the front court.
Nice. Braves number 16, a nice pickup by Malik. Chloe Allen, great save. Going to be a free ball here for the Braves. Are they going to go middle or outside? They went outside of their big hitter 20, and she hits it in, the ref says. So that's going to go 24-24 for the Braves. That one was close, Blake. At any rate, he called it in. So it's 24-23. Braves serving number 17, Shannon Screed from Naperville, Illinois. A floater to the libero. Quick pass, and guess what? Guess what? Cassie Till, the quick set spike to win game 1, 25-23. In typical Jags fashion, coming out with a close one in set 1, behind, and then never giving up. Leadership, like you said earlier in pregame. Chloe Allen, one of those leaders, talking to her teammates. A good timeout by Coach Q. They end up with the win-win. 25-23.
Yeah, that was a great scouting job there by the Jags, seeing that most of the defense was on the far side of the court over toward the scoring table. Then Malik, seeing that, knowing where the setup was, she didn't try to do too much with it, kill it, just floated it over and put it in where the defense on the near side could not even get a hand on it to secure the set. What a set, though. The Braves came out with tremendous defense, anchored in for the first 10 points. And the Jags kind of made a run there toward their 7th to 10th point, and then they just took over. But then again, you had a really good battle from points 13 relatively to 23-22. It was back and forth to where the Braves had really good defense, staunch defense. They got caught on a couple of plays out of position, which cost them, but then they didn't let the Jags go on any type of run. They settled down, and they also capitalized on some unforced errors by the Jags, which we alluded to were uncharacteristic, but it was a heck of a set back and forth. The Jags ultimately come out on top. Makes me excited for what set number 2 has in store.
Yeah, that's right, Blake. So Jags take set number 1, 25-23. We'll be right back here at the Chris and Barry Fieldhouse. Welcome back to Chris and Barry Fieldhouse, everybody. Friday night, Jaguars volleyball. A great first set, back and forth, but the Braves had a commanding early lead and it did not look good. However, Tuesday night, Jags were in the same situation, got a good timeout, got leadership on the floor, worked together as a team, came back, got on a roll, got the momentum, and ended up winning set 1, Blake.
And through that leadership, the key to that was the Jags never panicked once. They kept calm, they kept their composure, they knew they could come back. They established defense later on, and it was a true heavyweight contest during the middle to the later points. Ultimately, the Jags closed it out, but it absolutely makes me excited, and absolutely is going to be a heck of a set number 2 here in this matchup.
Yep, so the Jags get to start the second set serving with Chloe Allen. Chloe with the pass up the middle, close to the net, but the libero, nice save by Holland Martin, over to the Braves for the middle hit, and that's a quick number hit. Number 1, Ashley Caesar with the fist pump after that. So the Braves, just like the first set, start off with the first point, 1-0.
Yeah, Caesar dominated that kill. It was a good transitional setup there by the outside hitter here to set that up and then just killing it down where no Jags were in the vicinity of that kill.
Yep. Chloe Allen with the back row set there, the libero for the Braves. Got a piece of it, but went back into the bleachers back there to tie it up 1-1. Yeah, you talked about Ashley Caesar. From what I'm seeing right now, she looks like the team leader on their team. She's got the passion, she's got the energy.
She's got a dominant front court presence about her as well.
Big hit by number 8, Raven Oates, but it was blocked by the Jags. Madison, nice tip over both blockers to get that point down for Malik. Jags up 2-1.
That is what changes strategy can do. You saw how the advantage to the Braves went because they jumped early in order to block that. What does Madison Malik do? She sees that, and then from that standpoint, she changes her mindset and changes her strategy to just a touch over to get it over and dunk it in behind the front court.
Yep, that's right, Blake. And another unforced error on the serve by the Jags. So it's 2-2. Braves serving. Cassie Till in back row, spiked by Chloe, but picked up by the Braves. Set to the outside. Ooh, it's going to be a free ball here. Sort of. It's up at the, oh, nice Cassie. We're up at the net, back and forth. Okay, going to be a free ball here for the Jags this time. Chloe Allen, good pass to Cassie Till. Outside hit by Hedrick, blocked, dug out, but not to her teammates to get to it. So the Braves take that point, and they're up 3-2.
Cassie could not get her base under off the dig out try there. She couldn't establish a base, and that's what ultimately defeated the Jags on that play, especially with the deflection out.
Yep. Ooh, good swing by Madison Malik. This pass was a little behind her, but she was able to hit it in and over. No Braves are there to make contact, so we're tied up again 3-3. And back into the game for the Jags is Saliba to serve and Ramos up at the front to smash. Good float and serve by Saliba. The Braves pass to the right side this time. Saliba, nice pass. Castle to the Ramos with a big swing. Split the blockers, down for a point. Jags up 4-3. And Chloe Allen comes off. Holland Martin back in as the libero for the Jags.
Man, when Ramos gets ready to launch, it is absolute fire with the velocity she gets on that kill.
You are right about that, Blake. And I think Ramos might have been up there blocking that one. It was either her or Hedrick, but at any rate, the Jags block it, and the Braves got a piece of it, couldn't get it back over the net, so they're up 5-3. This is a better start in this set than it was the first one. A good floater serve again by Saliba. She puts it right at the back, making the defenders make the decision to hit it or let it go. Ramos, big hit again, but the Braves block it this time. Ramos again with the swing, and it's down for a point. I think it was deflected. That's why it wasn't in position for the Braves player to defend it.
It was a good adjustment by the Jags because it looks like right now the Braves' footwork on the front court's just a little bit better than the Jags' front court. So what they do, set it up and get it past the front court and deaden it in an open spot in the defensive zone to where they can capture the point.
Oh, a beautiful one-handed dig by Saliba in the back row there. It's for the Jags to get over. The Braves hit, blocked by the Jags. Back to the Braves. Quick hit. Cassie Till outside to Ramos. Big swing, and that one is in again. Ramos is on fire hitting it here. 7-3 Jags. That's the go-to girl for the hits right now for the Jags.
If they can set it up and time her jumps really well when she kills it, she is absolutely deadly with her kills, pinpointing the location and then capitalizing with an emphatic kill on the back end.
Yep, and with that point, Jags take a 7-3 lead, and the Braves called their first time out of this set. So with that, we're going to take a break here at Chris and Barry Fieldhouse. We'll see you right back. All right, welcome back to Chris and Barry Fieldhouse. We're in set 2. The Jags are up 7-3, and the Jags are serving. It'll start again with Saliba, little jump server. The Braves outside hit the number 8 across court. A great get up by the libero, Holland Martin, and Ramos with a big swing. Libero again saves it. Cassie Till again to Ramos, blocked, but into the net for the Braves. Jags taking an 8-3 lead. Couple stats for you, Blake. Speaking of those kills, the Jags got 25 to Pembroke's 14. However, the Jags got 8 attack errors and 3 service errors. So kind of balances out those kills. And there's another kill error by the Jags. I think that's Kylie Martin hitting into the net. I think that's the third time she's done that this match. Some of the passes might be a little low for her, though, so maybe it's not all on her. They got to kind of work on that, get that timing better.
Timing down, set it up really well with the timing of the jump for the kill and the transitional set.
So it's 8-4 here. Jessica with the little floater, but it's out of bounds. Good idea, but just too far to the right.
And the Jag caught the Braves one step behind because there was not going to be anyone in that vicinity to dig that ball out.
Yep. Nicolette Ramos with a huge hit, but the libero for the Braves was able to pass it, and number 5 hits it over. So guess what? Pass to Ramos again. Huge hit, but this time it's out. So 8-6. Braves are creeping right back into this one.
That was a phenomenal read by the Braves, because when it's that fast, it is extremely tough to tell and read whether that ball's going to be inbounds or out.
So Cassie Tilligan had that quick set, but the Braves, oh, there it is again. Braves are there both times. I think they're starting to learn that that's one of her patent shots. And the Braves with a perfect little dink spike to the right short side, where opposite side, that's the one spot. There's usually not an opponent there, and if they're there, they've got to be diving to get it. Holland Martin tried, but she just couldn't get there.
Yeah, the Braves caught the Jags front court shifting to the right, so what do? Come back with a little soft floater to the left and capitalize on the point.
Yep. But the Jags with a big swing and hit by Hedrick, deflected by the Braves for a point back to the Jags. 9-7, Chloe Allen back in the game, and Holland Martin serving for the Jags. A big serve, so the pass is on the outside. Number 7's got a, oh, nope. She was way outside. In fact, she was so outside she hit the post. So unlike college football, you hit the post and it goes in, it's good. Volleyball, once you hit that post, it's a point for the other team. So right. Jags up 10-7. Pass by the Braves. Ooh, a short one. So the Jays are going to, well, they would have free play, but the libero has to pass it over. Oop, quick pass. Chloe Allen, a beautiful dink to the side of the blockers. The libero, number 6, Ann Hines from Salemburg, North Carolina, made a great diving effort, but just couldn't get there. So the Jags up 11-7. Both teams doing a lot of this dink to the opposite side, so right. You always got to be ready for any shot, whether it's the kill or the dink. This time, number 7 goes for the smash. 2 blockers for the Jags. However, it's deflected out of bounds. So Braves get the point.
Well, they split the defense. Cassie Till and Chloe Allen went up for the block. Very tight to split, but they absolutely do split it and garner their 8th point.
So 11-8, and guess what? The Jags set up. Surprise, surprise. Nicolette Ramos with another spike down the line. Yep. Blake, that's one of the 2 places you really want to go are cross court. You got more length so you don't hit it out. You can hit the corner or you go down the line. Cassie Till with the serve there. The Braves blocked by Ramos, but out.
Do you want to say one thing? We apologize for the technical difficulties. We had a little bit of video technical difficulties. It is fixed now. We are back up with video now, so enjoy the rest of the game, folks. We did go audio for a little bit of time there, so we're now back with video, and the point here. Oh,
this time Ramos hitting from the right side. Braves were there to block, but it went down on their side, so a point to the Jags, bringing the score to 13-9.
That right there, impactful beyond belief, absolutely put all our force into it, and there was nothing any Brave could do about it.
So Ramos serves, but the Braves with a big hit again by number 7, Tankersley. She seems to be one of their big hitters besides Caesar. It was blocked by the Jags, but out of bounds. So point to the Braves, bringing the score to 13-10. Jags with the lead.
Strategically, she's on the kill. She's killing. She's finding spots in the defense where they cannot block it back over to the Braves side of the court. So she's strategically killing the ball really well for the Braves.
So a couple free plays here by both teams. Ramos with the back set. So the Braves in the middle. Oh, Caesar had jumped too early, and she had to hit it, but it went out. So kind of got, the Jags kind of lucked out there. A couple passes that went over to the other side of the Braves who could have had the easy spike kill. Fortunately for the Jags, they didn't get it, and the Jags up with the point. So 14-10. Chloe Allen line drive serve. A bad pass by the Braves. We're going to have another free play for the Jags. Cassie Till sets to the outside. Jessica Hedrick corner. That was deflected, and the ref did see it. So good. Jags get the point. 15-10. So Chloe Allen serving for the Jags. Outside hit to number 20. That is one of the Braves' big hitters. Oh, Cassie Till did a great job of digging it up, but right to the center too, where you want to make that pass to the center, and a little confusion by the Jags. The ball just landed. Both players looked at each other. So got to know who's got hands there. As in hands, I mean who's the setter there. So Braves serves it over at 11-15. Madison, big hit to the deep. Pass to the backside. It's going to be a free play because the libero has to just dink it over. Cassie Till this time sets it to Madison Malik. Blocked by the Braves. Braves set to the outside. Number 20 with the big hit. Blocked by the Jags, but out of bounds. So the Braves get another point. They're creeping back in this one. Jags are still up. It's 15-12. Braves with the floater. Chloe Allen with the nice pass to Cassie Till. The quick set to Jessica Hedrick, and it catches the Braves off guard again. Blake, most of the time tonight when the Jags do that quick set, there's not enough time for the defense to get two blockers there. And sometimes they're not even there to block it at all. So I think the Jags need to keep working off that. Jessica Hedrick is great at that.
Absolutely, and it's miscommunication followed by not establishing your base and your defense is catching them off guard and allowing the Jags to puncture home points.
Yep, a great back spike by Chloe Allen, and she is pumped up. She loves the back set spike, and guess what? Jags go up 17-12, and the second and final timeout of this set by the Braves. Folks, we got a good one here. We'll see you right back at the Christenberry Fieldhouse. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Christenberry Fieldhouse. Second set, Jags have won the first on a close one, 25-23, and they're up in the second here, 17-12. The Braves just used their second and final timeout of the set, and the Jags are about to serve with number 13, Kylie Martin. Ooh, Kylie had a good jump liner, but just caught the tape, and sometimes it rolls over like in tennis or volleyball. This time it didn't. So another unforced error on the serve for the Jags. A lot of times you see that, Blake, after a time on the other team, for some reason, the server just doesn't hit it in.
I don't know if it's like isolating a kicker in football, but it's one of those things where you're right. Either a little bit of concentration is lost, or they don't get enough height on the jump and the serve over into the net. And that's one of the things here. It hasn't cost him in terms of momentum yet, but it has gone back and forth ever since that point.
Yep, Blake, you're right about that. Ooh, a quick set by the Braves, and they get the Jags with only one blocker there. I think that's number 20 again. She is one of their heavy hitters. That's Ellie Hicks, a junior at 5'10" out of Trinity, North Carolina. So it's 18-14 here in the second set. Still pretty close. And the Braves will be serving with number 10, Cassandra Sturgis, out of Litchfield Park, Colorado.
Now the Braves are electing to go with height up in the front court.
Yep, and unfortunately the height didn't do anything there as Nicolette Ramos again with another kill from the left side. Two blockers were there. Looks like it was Brianna Warren and April Tankersley, but Ramos just got it by the side of the block. So scores 19-14. Holland Martin, the libero, a nice floater serve. The Braves with a pass to the right side, hit a floater, the dinker over both blockers. Libero Holland tried to get there, but she just couldn't get there, Blake.
Just as wee tad second too late there, and it was a good decision to not kill it and just float it over. That's one of those strategic mid-thought transitions where you don't want to kill it, but you don't want to hit it too soft. You just float it over, and it works out beautifully. Yep.
Cassie Till with a great side set over there on the right side to Chloe Allen. The block was there, but the ball went out of bounds. That's the good thing when they go to the side like that, Blake.
Right.
The blockers are not really in the right position, so it ends up going off the side of their arm and then usually out of bounds. So that's why they do that quick running set, or running spike off the set. Ooh, that one didn't look like it was going to make it over, but it made it over. Line driver, and I think it caught the Braves off guard. It looked like number 8, Raven Oates, the senior from Huntsville, Texas, got a piece of it, but went out of bounds. So 21-15 here. Jags with the lead.
And the caroms is so unpredictable that
Yep.
you're not really in a good position to respond to any carom at all.
Number 16 with the Braves with hit, and Cassie Till again with her patented quick push set. The Braves actually got there, but they weren't in great enough position to pass it back. So another point for the Jags on Cassie Till's quick set.
Well, right now the Jags are stifling any type of dig transition sets to get for the Braves to establish their offensive base and try to kill.
Cassie Till running up from the serve to get to set. To Ramos, it wasn't even a big kill spike, but it was in position or it was in a spot where nobody was in position to hit it. So, go ahead.
Ramos, this particular game is absolutely tremendous because she's taking charge and it's almost like she's challenging these Braves front court middle hitter and outside hitter middle blocker, challenging them to take her kill, and none of them have been successful this match.
Great left. Wow, the pass was not the greatest, but the libero was able to pass it over to Chloe Allen with a great left-handed, almost like a little tip dunk in basketball to the right side. Nobody was there. 24-15. We're at set point in set number 2. Cassie Till serving. A lovely line drive again. A quick set to the middle for the Braves. This time Ramos with the one-hander digs it out. And a block, but it's, Chloe Allen was able to get it off the block, but couldn't get it up far enough for her opponent. So 24-16, the Braves save the set point, but now they got to serve it out even to not lose.
Yeah, and the thing about it there, Chloe did all she could, but she was too close up to the net to dig it out anywhere to Braves territory. So all she could do there.
And guess what? A big spike by Nicolette Ramos, right side, puts it down for the Jags, who win set 2, 25-16. Blake, unlike the first set, Jags got the lead early. They got it in the middle, and they kept on.
Oh, absolutely they did. And the thing is, without the sets for Nicolette Ramos absolutely being able to terrorize on kills and capitalize on the points, Nicolette Ramos is the MVP of that set for the Jags with all of the kill shots. But there was a tremendous amount of assists that carried the way for the Jags in set number 2. Now for the Braves, you're down 0. You're down by 2. Now's the time where you don't want to panic at all, but you want to stay focused. You want to get into a scenario to where you're saying that I'm going to use all my energy out, lay my body out on this court to dig, save, anything that comes my way for the life of the team right now to be able to come back and stay in this game. Because when the Jags are up by 2 or up by 2 or 3 in a set, they are absolutely unstoppable. And we saw it with Georgia College, how they had Georgia College came back and tied the first set up. Then Augusta settled down, took control, and played their style of volleyball and took sets 2 and 3 uncontested. So from that standpoint, the Braves have to hunker down here, focus in, play with their hearts, and leave their bodies out on that court for the sake of a set victory here to stay in this contest.
Yeah, Blake, you're right. The Braves are down 0-2. It's do or die time right now. Right. So you got to sacrifice the body, lay out, work on things that they've been getting the dink shots on them. They've had some bad passes. The coach may have to put in maybe a different player or something like that, but they got to mix it up.
And not only that, but they also, you want to see them minimize errors, because the Jags in set number 2, they had in set number 1 some errors to absolutely help the Braves come close in that first set. But now, since they minimalized the errors in set number 2, it was smooth sailing for the Jags to take that second set. Now, as we move in to set number 3 here in about 2 minutes, we'll see how the Braves can come back, and we'll see if the Jags can put a stamp on this matchup and sweep it 3 sets to none, The only way to find out, folks, is to come back for a surefire, great number 3 set right around the bend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chris and Barry Fieldhouse, where we're at set 3 now. The Jags have taken the first 2 sets, albeit the first set was very, very close. In fact, they were down most of the set and rallied back to win it 25-23. The second set, they won a little more positively at 25-16. So here we go in the third set. Braves will be leading off with the serve. So the pass to Cassie Till, a good set down the middle, big hit by Hedrick, but the Braves block. We have a free play for the Jags. Back to Cassie Till. This time she goes outside to Madison Malik. A big hit, but a double block up there by the 2 leaders of the Braves, Caesar and Ellie Hicks with the block. So every set so far, the Braves have taken the first point. So the Braves serving again here. Ooh, a good angle serve to the side. Kylie Martin with the swing to the right side. 20 with the cross-court hit. Cassie, nice set. Hedrick gets it back up to Madison. Big hit. Libero with the big save. Oh, another dig. Oh, wow. The Jags saving the point here. And the Braves hit it out. Blake, there was about 3 times there. You would think that ball's hitting the ground, and the Jags sacrificing their body, laying out, and ended up getting the point. That was awesome.
Physically tough, physically demanding, absolutely laying their heart on the line to save that point. You can tell the Jags really want to close out the set, but equally the Braves, especially in the front court, are taking charge here.
Yep, so we got a back and forth rally here on this point. Oh, the dinker, but Cassie Till right there, almost like she knew it was coming. A back row hit by Chloe. The Braves are able, another quick set in the middle. The Braves like doing that, but the Jags are right there, anticipated that. Madison Malik with the big swing, blocked by the Braves, but this time it lands on their side of the court. The Jags get the point. Score looks to be 2-1.
Yeah, Madison's was like, you can put Stonehenge in the middle of that court, and I'm still going to squeeze it on through. That was an awesome kill there for Madison Malik.
Yep. So free play here by the Jags, but and there was a bad pass by the Jags, and the Braves weren't ready to put it down, so they get an easy point there, go up 3-1 here in the third set. Kylie Martin back there serving for the Jags. Kylie with the jump liner. It dips down big time, but the Lara was able to get it up, and it's going to be a back row spike by the Braves. Madison got there, but she hits it back over to the Braves. And a big cross-court spike by the Braves, but it out wide. So the Jags up 4-1.
Yeah, the Braves, especially this set and a little bit toward the first part of the second set, were not as accurate with the kills as they would have liked to have been, which was a detriment to them.
Nice dig over there by Chloe Allen. A quick set. And Jessica Hedrick, but the Braves are able to pick it up. They got a free ball here. The libero, Holland Martin. Nice pass to Cassie Till. A back row spike by Chloe Allen, but it's out wide. So it's good play there. Mixing it up, hitting it up front, hitting it on the outside, hitting in the back row, keeping the opponents off guard. But 4-2. Back to the Braves. Serving is number 2, Abby Farr, a senior out of Greer, South Carolina.
And a phenomenal read by Casey Quinn. Quinn there for the Braves.
Yep.
Let that go out. Big
hit there by Jessica, but it was blocked by the Braves. And that one is hit cross court by number 17, Shannon Scrid. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing your name right, young lady, but at any rate, you got the point with the cross court spike. So it's 4-3 here in the third set. Jake still got the lead, but the Braves are coming back. Madison tries the easy tip over, but the Braves are there. Chloe Allen, big hit from the back row. The libero, number 6, Anna Hines, lays out, gets an arm on it, but the ball goes way back behind the basketball court. Basketball hoop. So Saliba back in the match here again, number 20, with a little jump serve. The back set, good back set by number 3, Cassie O'Quinn, and the Braves put it down, blocked by the Jags, but it was blocked out of bounds. So Braves are hanging in there. It's 5-4. The libero serving for the Braves. Cassie Tilda Ramos, big swing, but this time the Braves block it. Big number 5, Brianna Warren, a sophomore who's 6'1", from Indian Trail, North Carolina.
Yeah, the Braves timed that perfectly. Jumped a little bit early, got their hands over the top of the net before Ramos even made contact with the ball, thus having the territorial advantage there and blocking it down to where no Jags could even recoup.
Another quick set spike by the Braves, but the Jags are ready for it. Cassie Till with the quick set spike. A beautiful put down by Jessica Hedrick, number 5 for the Jags on the right side. I love it. Cassie Till and Jessica really working well together tonight with the quick sets.
Yeah, quick sets, quick transitions, and the precision there to kill that right inside the out-of-bounds line was just a phenomenal play there by...
Yep. Oh, number 20 for the Braves. 20's been coming huge on the hits this time. She takes the big swing, but she just pushes it to the left. Very smart by her. So the Braves hanging in there 6-6, and if you're the Braves, this is what you need to do in this third set. It's almost like the first set here they're playing again. This is what they need to do. Block everything else that happened out before.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And if you can go see if you can get on a little bit of a run here and put a little bit of a cushion in between the Braves and the Jags. So that way you're not as there's not as much pressure on you.
Yep. Unfortunately there the Nicolette Ramos with a big hit again. So every time the Braves get closer, tie it. Jags take the lead. A nice floater serve. Braves girl, I think she was unsure whether it hit or not, and then she finally did, but it deflected off her arm back to the bleachers behind the baseline of the basketball court. So the Jags are up 8-6. God, Cassie Till with another line drive serve. She's great at that tonight. A double block by the Jags, deflected by the Braves. Point to the Jags, up 9-6.
Chloe Allen and Nicolette Ramos is saying, you're in my house. You are not getting it past my front court right now.
Yep.
Denied Central Station. That was a tremendous block by the two of them.
Blake, you're right, man. Another, a block, a great diving save by Sweet. Another one by Nicolette Ramos, but it goes into the 6th row of the bleachers. That was fun to watch. Jags, even though they're up 2 sets, they don't care. They're sacrificing body. They're laying out. They're giving everything they can for their team and Coach Q. So it's 9-6 here. Kind of got a wild one here in this third set. Good pass by the libero, Holland Martin. Cassie Till with the outside hit. Jags, another of that dinker set. This time the Braves get it. Saliba with the pass to... Ooh! Yes, big hit by Kylie Martin. And it was blocked, but it went out of bounds. So Jags up 10-6. Madison Malik back in the set for the Jags.
That's one where the power was so much and the velocity on it that she used the velocity off the block and the carom to garner the point.
Yeah, you're right about that, Blake. The harder you hit, the harder it's going to bounce back. So.
Right.
Oh, look at that. Nicolette Ramos, might it be the first or second time she did a back row, not a spike, a little dinker. Great spot for the point.
Well, change up in strategies oftentimes sends the defense scrambling, and we've seen that a couple of times by both teams this game, and it's paid off dividends for both.
Number 7 there for the Braves, a big hit. That's April Tankersley off the deflection of the Jags out of bounds. So point to the Braves, 7-11. Oh, 8-11 now. Jags with the lead still. Braves with the floater to the libero, Holland Martin. Nice pass. Cassie Till, good set. A great tip by Madison Malik. She couldn't quite get a full swing in there, so she was able to just dink it at an angle, and no Braves are there. Jags been doing that all night, Blake. It's 12-8. They got a good mix of spikes and dinks.
And that's how you thwart a very good front court presence.
Ooh.
By doing that.
However, the Braves come right back. Number 10, Cassandra Sturgis out of Litchfield Park. We've heard her name a couple, or that was number 16, I think. Kayla Crowder with the hit there. So the Braves put it down. They're hanging in there. It's 9-12. Third set.
These Braves are battle tested.
Yep, good pass by Chloe. Ooh, Cassie Till had to get down for that set, but she got it up there. Okay, a free ball to the Jags. Cassie's going to go to the middle. Ooh, and off the tape and down for a point for the Jags was Kylie Martin. You know, Kylie's hit the net a lot tonight, but that time she got the fortunate roll over the tape there. Well, that's kind of like old Federer in Wimbledon gets that tape spin there.
Absolutely, and it slowed it down enough to where it caught the defense out of position, and the assist goes to the net.
Bad pass by the Braves. Madison was able to put it down, but Braves were there for it. Back to the Jags. Chloe Allen, big swing, but it looks like it hit the net and came back down on the Jags side of the court. So 10-13 here. Braves are hanging in there still.
They're trying to garner a win in the conference column here. They're 0-4. They're looking to take out a very prominent Jag squad, but they've got a long way to do that.
A real short floater serve there, but the Jags pick it up. Big hit by Chloe Allen from the back row. Number 20, the big hitter for the Braves, was deflected. Cassie Till sets it. Good pass by the libero, Holland Martin, to Madison Malik with a big hit, but the Braves libero's there, and a great cross-court spike. Blake, that's what I was talking about early. Cross-court gives you more length to get it inside without hitting it out. That was a great hit by the Braves. They cut it to 2 here, 13-11.
And you run more of a risk of catching the defense off guard like they did there with Chloe and Holland.
Absolutely. Madison Malik on the right side, big hit. It was blocked by number 17 and number 1 from the Braves, but it was hit so hard it went to the opposite side of the court, out of bounds, into the first row of the stands there.
Right. And the thing about it is, too, when you look at the play we were just talking about, it's a meeting of the minds and communication, too.
Big hit by the Braves, but guess what? Jessica Hedrick right there to block it. I think she was solo blocking that time, too. So Jags with a point right back with a lead 15-11. And Saliba, the freshman, only 4'11" from Buford, Georgia. But she's got quite the heart, and she does a little jump serve action, too. Looks like we got a line judge in here to wipe off some perspiration on the floor there. Got to keep it safe for the young ladies.
She's got a heart like Jose Altuve does with the Astros.
There you go. Game 3 tonight. Good block by the Jags. A quick set to Jessica Hedrick. But the Braves are right there for it. Number 17 tries the dinker again, but the Jags are all over that tonight. Cassie Till, nice back set. Oh! Good save. Saliba lays out, but she couldn't quite get it in. Love the hustle, though, by the Jags. So the Braves still hanging in there, only down by 3, 15-12.
Absolutely tremendous effort there by the Jags. Almost being able to dig it out, just not quite. But a great job by the Braves forcing that that predicament on the Jags.
Yeah, the thing I love about that too, Blake, not only did Salipa hustle, her teammates knew that if she even hit it, it would not make it close to the net. So they were following her to get the third hit over. So that's just teamwork right there. Not enough time to talk that out. That's instinct.
Exactly.
That's team ball right there.
Absolutely.
That's something Bill Belichick would be proud of right there. Low serve, but dug up by the Braves. 20 with the hit. Ooh, great pancake by Cassie Till, but Kylie Martin couldn't get there for the second hit. So the Braves get another point, and they're hanging right in there. They just can't. They tied it once, but they just can't get in closer than that. Jags keep playing the defense there. So it's 13-16 here.
They're definitely not going down without a fight. And a good thing for the Braves is, too, they've minimalized any errors this set. It hasn't occurred often, and it's kept them in the game thus far. Now the trick for them is to play their game, see if they can get the Jags out of Kalak on defense, and maybe force those errors that they've minimalized onto the Jags side of things, and see if they can come back and deadlock this setup.
That's absolutely right, Blake. Nicola Ramos, huge hit, blocked and tipped by the Braves, so another point to the Jags. We had a little break in the action earlier there because some more, I guess, sweat maybe on the court. And we had referee Robert Dome out there coming up, helping up clean that up. And your R1 for the night is Buzz Thompson. So the Jags back there serving. Cassie Till, great line driver. Oh, and it was a beautifully in the back of the court, down for the point. The Braves player thought it was going out, but Cassie has that great top spin on that, so it makes it land in. And with that, the Jags take a 5-point lead, 18-13 here in the third set. Causes the Braves to call a timeout. So, folks, we'll be right back here at Chris and Barry Fieldhouse. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody, to Chris and Barry Fieldhouse here. The Jags up 2 sets, leading here in the third, 18-13. Big swing by the Braves, but a great dig by Holland Martin, 14. It went a little too far, but the Braves couldn't do anything at the net there. So that's another net at the point that the Jags get, 19-13. Cassie Till back there serving. She's been a great server tonight, Blake. Line drives, real tough on the opponents. There's another Dinks set spike by the Braves. Didn't work. Nicolette Ramos does it. For her, though, it works. It was blocked. It was a good dig up by the Braves, but they could not get it back over the net. So we're at 20-13 here in the third set, and it's kind of looking like the end is near, but it's not over till it's over, Blake.
Yeah, the Braves have not gone down without a fight, and on that particular play, they just were not ready for the Karams. They were out of position, and when the Karams came, they could not respond fast enough.
Yep, so again, perspiration on the court. That's what happens, though, when you sacrifice your body laying all over the court. So we're back ready to play. Cassie Till serving at 20-13 third set. Another line driver. She does that with such confidence. And a block by the Jags. I think Chloe Allen was up there. Kylie Martin might have been up there for the block. 21-13 third set, Jaguars.
When you have a meeting like that with the kill coming and meeting the block, it is tremendously difficult to time that to where you can get it past the defensive front court on a lower trajectory like that ball was.
Nicolette Ramos, big swing. And the player for the Braves was there, but it was hit so hard, all she could do was just put an arm on it. And again, back behind the baseline of the basketball court. It looks like it actually landed over there in the pickleball court back there. They got a pickleball court down there. So at any rate, 22-13, Cassie Till still serving. and she is still doing the line drives and fearless at that serve. Saliba back there with the pass into Cassie Till, and dug up. Kylie Martin over to Ramos. Ramos was another soft dinker set. 17 big swing, but that one is out. Good eyes by Saliba and Martin over there in the corner.
It's a phenomenal read and a good try by the Braves because they noticed something too. Up front, the Jags were concentrating on defense in the front court, leaving only Saliba in the backcourt, so they didn't get the ball in time to thwart that, but they still tried, just could not muster the strength to deaden it into the open area.
So just as I've been talking about Cassie Till, and I think at this point she's going to be the player of the match.
Right.
She does one of her patented line drive serves, this time into the net. My bad, Cassie. I owe you that one. And the Braves hit in the net, but theirs hits the tape and rolls over. But Cassie Till with that quick dinker. And it ended up working because the Braves hit it out. So Cassie Till has done that quick dinker at least 8 times in this match. She's really good at that. She's got 3 points off it without the opponents even touching it.
Yeah, in this set, it's been very difficult for the Braves to establish a backcourt kill presence.
Blake, we're at 24-14 here. This is match point, and it is out. The Jags get the point. They win the third set, 25-14. So they sweep the Braves. First set, again, like most of their matches, real close, real tight, but they stay in there. They win the first set, and it's almost like the exact thing as Tuesday night. Once they got the momentum, they took out the second set. They won the third set. They swept them 3-0. Blake, what do you think about tonight's match?
Absolutely, and another thing that they do is when they have a lead, and whether it be a 1-point advantage or a sizable advantage, when they have the lead, they put the defense in a defensive mindset, because the thing is, you can play defense with an offensive striking mentality and an offensive kill mentality to be 2 steps ahead of your opponent. They actually, the Jags, play to a degree to where they put the opposing defense 3 steps behind them. So when you have sharp kills, they're sitting on the back of their heels. When you have deflections off of a block, they can't respond fast enough to get there for the block to save it and dig it out. Or in transitions, the timing is off on their transitions. That's all spun off from a very good unit on the court for the Jags. Not only that, but a good offensive presence enough to where it puts the defense and the offense for the opposing team in a defensive mindset instead of a strike now, instead of a attack mentality that we didn't see very often from the Braves tonight. So a very good job by the Jags implementing that type of strategy, and also as well coming up big and capitalizing when they saw the moments in hand to capitalize off of, and a good clean win heading into a big game tomorrow as well.
That's right, Blake. So the Jaguars win the match tonight, and I think in a minute here we're going to have Cassie Till joining us. She's my player of the match. I don't know if you would have chose her, but she was all over the place. She had 41 assists, the line drive serves, making it real hard on the Braves. She was going from serving all the way to the front row, doing her sets. I know that's a common thing, but she was doing a great job of it.
Her and Nicolette Ramos were a catalyst for this team all night long, and we'll be right back with that interview here shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Christenberry Fieldhouse. I'm joined here by Cassie Till, my player of the match, MVP. Cassie, the Jaguars seem like you got a melting pot of players. You got freshmen to seniors. You know, you got all kinds of people. Freshmen are even starting. Why don't you tell me how your team has just come along and gelled together? You guys look like a great unit cohesion out there. Tell me about your team.
You know, some of the returning players were a little bit nervous at the beginning because we had so many new people coming in, whether it's freshmen, transfers, whatever it may be. But they really welcomed us with a lot of opening arms, and like they're constantly giving us confidence and like feedback. So, you know, when we're on the court, you can't really tell the age difference.
Right,
you know, we're all just one cohesive team. Right,
that's good. So tonight's first set, again, you guys started out behind, just like Tuesday night, just like a lot of times this season. Yet you found a way to battle back. I think leadership showed on the court. I saw Chloe Allen, talking to each other. Coach Q called a good timeout. Why don't you tell me about how you guys keep fighting back in the first set when you're down?
You know, it's one of the things that we keep talking about is we start off slow, we have to battle our way back. But I think we just kind of got to a point in the set where we're like, you know what, we either need to flip the switch or this isn't going to go our way.
Right. Well, that's good. You guys keep doing that. So speaking of flipping the switch, at one point in that first set, you did what I like to call one of your patented little dink sets. Yeah. And I think that was a turning point in that first set, because after that, you guys kind of went on a run, and then you got your points back. And you had like 41 assists tonight. You were all over the court. I really loved your line drive serves. Like sometimes they thought it was going out. They let it go. They couldn't hit it. I do have to apologize to you. After I said that on the air, your next serve went into the net, so I owe you that one, Cassie. So why don't you tell me about that line drive serve? You just look like you do it with such confidence. You're fearless, but tell me about that. Have you been doing that since high school, or did you just pick that up?
Yeah, so I have done that since middle school, actually. Since I started playing, that's one of the things that was like my strong suit. So I've been doing it for quite a few years now.
Okay, well, you keep doing that. That's awesome. Last question I'm going to ask you is, what's your favorite part of being a Jaguar?
My favorite part of being a Jaguar is probably just the family aspect, whether it's with the team or the coaching staff or even other sports. You get a really big sense of family and unity, and that's something that I love. That's
great to see. You got to have that family kind of connection on the court and off the court. It makes a big difference. So, well, folks, the Jaguars, we're here with Cassie Till, MVP. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And we'll all have a great night.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just going to do a little recap tonight. Again, the Jags swept the Pembroke Braves 3-0. First set was 25-23. Second set was 25-16. And the third set was 25-14. Again, they did the patented play it close in the first set and make it kind of a little more difficult than it has to be. But they got through it. They won it. And they kind of used that momentum again, like Tuesday, went on to play the second, third set. Blake, what thoughts do you got on this match?
One of the things outside of putting the Braves in a defensive mindset, the whole third set and the last part of the second set, was that they kind of they took charge of the game, first of all. Second of all, they had the secondary, the defensive setter, the libero, and the near side defensive setter off kilter all third set and second set. They caught them flat on their heels, not being able to respond to heated missile kills from Nicolette Ramos and from Hedrick at times. And they also they started out as a complete unit from the first set on, and as time wore down, we talked about how the points, if they go longer, it would be in the favor of the Jags.
That's right.
Kind of the same thing when the sets are drawn out like it is. The Jags are built from an endurance standpoint, and not only that, from a depth standpoint, to where the Braves, you could tell, even though they were subbing out in the front court and the back court, they got tired especially toward the latter half of the second, and it filtered in through the third set, and they never were able to get that fire back. They were never able to get in a position of attack and be like, we're going to dominate this set, or you're going to die trying to come back. And the Jags put that on them, and the Jags never let up after that.
That's right, Blake. Speaking of coming back, tomorrow, Jaguars will be right back here again at Chris and Barry Fieldhouse.
Right.
They play at 2 o'clock. They play Francis Marion. Jaguars, with their win tonight, they improved their conference record to 3-2 and their overall record to 18-6. And Aiken had an off night, so they they gained like a half a game, I guess you could say, kind of like baseball terminology there. But so tomorrow, it'll be me again, Peter Heyman, joined with Blake Collins.
Yes, sir.
At 2 o'clock, live here on the Augusta University Athletics channel on YouTube. So
yes, sir.
Hope to see you all back tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Y'all have a blessed rest of your night and a safe drive where you guys are.